While loading back in, I can see I've lost like 15-20 minutes of progress, even with the admin save world command. At least I still have my stylo. Once you get further along though, it becomes a little more of a nuisance, because at least the way I play, I tend to do a lot of things all at once, like in succession of each other, so if I lose 20 minutes of progress, it's hard to like determine what I've done since losing the progress and what still needs to be done. But that's ARK, man. That's what people say. That's ARK. Let's just hope it doesn't happen again anytime soon. What do you want? Rare mushroom. Good to know that alpha is still there. I hate to be confined to such a small area starting out. Like, I wish I would have gotten lucky with the moss chops, but it looks like those other moss chops are done for. There's a raptor made his way to the beach. I can't tell if this is like a swamp portion of the map, so sarcos, capros, snakes. As I stated in my other video, I've only played 3 maps on ARK Survival Evolved. The Island, Genesis 1, just barely. I don't even know if I would count that, honestly. Ragnarok, I got the full experience of, and then Crystal Isle. Crystal Isles, I played like half of the map. I explored every corner of the map. I got the crystal wyverns tamed up, raised up, whatever. Oh god, okay. So I can't recall if this is a new thing or an old thing, but most land dinos, as soon as they start floating in the water, they won't attack when they're tamed. Wild ones will still attack, but for tamed ones, as soon as they start floating in water, they're sitting ducks, literally. What is going on here? Oh, they're just waiting for the opportune moment to strike, I see. Good God, I'm gonna be taken out by a freaking ant. It's gonna be my first death. Oh man. I don't know whether to be proud of myself or embarrassed at this point, honestly. That was weird. I'll just wait it out a bit, keep my sleeping bag down just in case I do die. But yeah, there's very few dinos that double as land and water fighters. I believe Baryonyx does in the Sarco and the Capro. So essentially anything that also swims as part of its natural habitat. Like, what do they call those? Shit, I forgot what the word is. Amphibious, that's what it is. Obviously everything can swim up to a certain extent, but yeah, the ones that naturally swim as part of their habitat, I think, are the ones that will fight back when you're not on them and they are floating in the water. So Fun fact. Ooh, I'm not ready for that. No siree. So yeah, I was saying, I'm not sure if that's a new or an old mechanic, or if it's always been, but one thing I can tell you for sure is having your dino set to attack your target used to behave differently than it does as of late, as in within like the last 2 years, because I used to always set my dinos to attack your target, and that was because... Oh wait, no, maybe I'm thinking that. I don't know, man. It's ARK, okay? That's all I know. Grab this chitin while I can. And no, I will not pronounce it as chitin. I don't think that's funny. I think it's obnoxious and annoying. And I'm sorry for the people who actually feel or believe that the word is pronounced chitin. It's chitin. And if there's ever speculation on how you pronounce something, it's best way to fact check whoever or whatever is to just listen to the Explorer note as part of the game, because 99% of the Explorer notes, the Helena, I believe, pronounces the names of things. Let's go get some more hide. Whoa, hey, okay. That's good. Sometimes ARK acting like ARK is beneficial. Doesn't look like that iguanodon is going anywhere. And just get this, have a little snack for a little. No cannibalism. That's the annoying thing when you command to attack target, then it changes their setting. Level 20, okay, I can live with that. If I get lucky and get that far before it dies or figures out how to get unstuck or whatever the case, or the alpha finds it. But yeah, when you stick your dinos on something with the whistle commands, holding L1 and pressing down on the D-pad, it will change their status to attack your target, obviously, since you're telling it to attack your target. So then you have to go back and whistle it to neutral or passive or whatever again. So this is going to be a slow, long, arduous task here. Trying to get to level 30. Man, I wish I had a moss chop so I could probably kill that alpha depending on what level it is. Don't get me wrong, I would probably lose the moss chops in the process, but I think I'd be able to weaken it enough that I could finish it off before it kills me too. That would get me to level 30. I think if I focus though on building, getting up to unlocking the raft and then building the raft, that should give me quite a bit of levels crafting that. Who knows, maybe I can craft more than one. But yeah, don't underestimate the torch as a viable weapon. And fun fact number 2, I guess you could say, is hitting a Trudon with a torch will make it run away. I don't know if it's permanent, if it like runs away and flees indefinitely, or if they always come back, but they always seem to come back. But yeah, whenever you're in a pinch, just pull your torch out and start swatting away at Trudon. Nice. Yeah, I don't unlock a whole lot of low-level engrams starting out. And some of you may be wondering why I haven't even unlocked a water skin, and that's because it's easy to find the glass jars in blue drops. And that's what I'm counting on. It's finding the blueprint in a blue drop for the glass jar. Or for the water jar. But yeah, aside from, like I said, large organic storage boxes, I personally don't have a use for parasaurs. I know people use them for egg farming and for the tech versions, farming metal and element dust and things like that and electronics. But I personally just don't have a use for them anymore. I've upgraded to the Iguanodon, and there's no turning back when you get there. When you find the magic of the Iguanodon, it's hard to look back. Now that I can unlock the raptor saddle, I wouldn't mind finding a raptor, but I'm only gonna have so much luck sticking to the beach. Yeah, and it baffles me how many people are actually afraid to play this game, and I use those words specifically because that's technically what it boils down to. People are like hesitant to do things because they believe that it's just unthinkable to do, period, let alone you know, the early stages of the game. But the reason I'm not traversing in isn't because I'm afraid like a Karna will kill me or anything like that. It's more to the effect that like you can't really get anywhere fast on foot, and I'm not about to get to the middle of the map on foot and then have something go sideways last second. Because I mean, there's always going to be those moments, but for the most part, yeah, I'm not worried about being attacked by Karnals or anything. Oh, okay. I believe you are going to join my little family and start a convoy of Dilos, apparently. But I mean, it just works out that this is a male, so I'll have a mate boosted, and it's near max level, so kinda hard to pass this up just since it fell into my lap. But as you can see, I've switched my Dialo to passive, so obviously it doesn't lose hit points by being attacked, but at the same time, when it passes out, I don't want to risk losing any levels because my Dialo hits it one more time. I just need to grab some fiber. Really don't need to be afraid of Dialos, that's for sure. You can pretty much outrun them while walking, as long as you're not weighted down. I'm not taking cheap shots, are you? Oh, is there another one? What's going on here? Cheap shot and mother. The only downside with the club is it's so hard to time when they're gonna pass out, obviously without a magnifying glass. But on the other hand, slingshots, just too many stones, and it gets heavy with that many stones. There was another guy. Where you go? Oh no. Hey. Hey, don't attack the one I'm trying to knock out. Good lord. Had to be mate boosted. Jeez, so many close calls. My goodness. Oh yeah, I got him on the run. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of things to manage all at once when there's so many things going on, but so far I'm not doing too bad. Yeah, punching works too, but you do more damage with it. The club is designed to... Oh, did I hit that in extra time? Yeah, whatever. If I did, I did. Okay, time to see this 6 times taming speed in full effect. Using the bare minimum taming food with a near max level small dino. And I'll take 4 bites. But hey, it doesn't look like I hit it in extra time, so that's good. Like I said, with the taming rate, it's not going to be instantaneous, which I can't imagine why anybody would if they're trying to mimic official settings. To a certain extent, mind you. Not exactly official settings, because then you would be out of your mind, but keeping in theme with that permanent 2 times to 3 times. Here's a little trick I use sometimes with important dinos. You can do this for the levels it gains from taming it, and then additionally you can also do this for jotting down the base stats once it's fully tamed, if it's going to be a breeding dino. But I don't have plans to use this as a breeding dino. Just curious to see where the stat points go. And obviously I only do the important stats. I'm not going to do oxygen and food and all that stuff, because if the stats that I'm looking for don't go up, then I'll know that those points have gone somewhere else. Side note though, with these folders, if you cryo a dino, the folders disappear. That's the only downside. Not too shabby. Ooh man, look at that melee. Okay. With that mate boost, this thing might pack quite a punch. Okay, nighttime's rolling in here. Perfect timing. And keep you close too. Alright. Gonna set up camp for the night. Just build a fire, cook some meat. Let the good times roll. Getting an overabundance of stone just doesn't make sense at the early stages, so whenever I get as much as I need, I just like to finish off the node with my pickaxe to get the flint. Flint, for those of you who don't know, is, and rather for those of you who aren't fully aware, flint is almost as necessary a resource as metal. That's the way I view it, because it is used in all the essential engrams, because you need flint to make spark powder. And additionally, you needed to make arrows and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's I use flint as currency when I used to play official. People were like, "Hey, what do you want for this blueprint or whatever?" And I'd be like, you know, what do you say to 6 stacks of flint or 12 stacks of flint?" Not to mention, there's no real like equally effective way to gather flint as there is other resources. Lil and Dill. And again, like I said, I haven't played all the maps, so there may be a dino that has the same effectiveness of gathering flint as a Dode has for gathering stone, but not from what I've played so far. But yeah, when push comes to shove, you can, if you eat raw meat, you actually gain more hunger than you lose health. So, technically speaking, and this is for raw meat only, not raw fish meat, because raw fish meat doesn't give you as much, it doesn't cure as much food as much hunger as regular raw meat. But so if you were at like a sliver of health with enough to not die from the initial I guess food poisoning from the raw meat, you could technically heal yourself over a long period of time, but more effectively you can eat raw prime. So I rarely carry food just for that fact alone. And when you put a stack of berries into your hot bar, you can eat them 5 times faster than if you were to just hold the consume button in your inventory. So, but I will get started on that raft for sure. And yeah, I just like to wait for later engrams to unlock, just because I'm not at that stage of memorizing everything that I use from the get-go or what needs to be unlocked to unlock things further. And then when I come across something that I know I'll absolutely need, I just unlock that one, and then all of the required engrams to unlock that one. So and this is where the wait becomes necessary for starting out. That's why lots of people focus on weight, is mainly for the raft. Fun fact about stegos, they get a weight reduction in berries, and they can also harvest wood, thatch, and berries, because they have 3 settings when you're riding them that can target each specific resource. So one setting targets thatch, the other targets wood, and the third targets berries, and it gets a weight reduction in berries. So chock full of lots of fun facts this time around. Technically every dino is an organic storage box, but obviously weight becomes a factor when you're trying to have it hold as many things as a large storage box, let's say, because I believe large storage box has 45 slots. So I mean, if you wanted a dino to hold 45 stacks of meat, I don't know why you would want that, because you know, beating troughs exist, but obviously you would need it to have the weight available to hold that many. But for blueprints and skins and costumes and stuff, dinos can hold, I think it's like 300 slots of items. So if weight's not a factor, like take a dodo for instance, I usually use them to store my fertilizer in. Yeah, I don't know why there's so many people that are afraid of nighttime, but seems to be more frequent than a lot of people like to admit. I mean, people will go as far as using preview mode, which basically turns the game into one giant cartoon, like Minecraft graphics, sort of. And people will turn their gamma all the way up, which is effective, except for when there's fog, and then your whole screen just turns like a whiteout. It's unplayable when you have your gamma all the way up and it's foggy. And then there are people who will just disable night altogether. So the only reason I shorten the amount of time for night is because it has limited uses. Like, there's few things that are essential for nighttime, but at the same time there still are some things. So you need to have night last at least long enough to be able to gain the increased taming effectiveness for Troodons. And then, you know, that's essentially the prime reason that night is important, but there's others. Easier to spot alphas, easier to spot other players and their torches, or bases with their lights on, and then drop colors as well. But I mean, there's plenty of benefits to nighttime. I've just listed a few, like the Megalosaurus, not the Megalosaurus. That would be the deer. The Megalosaurus is the cave, like the cave Carno looking thing. That's a raid dino, so it becomes active at night. Just trying to... oh. Well, hopefully that's close enough for that mate boost still. Nah, that's a low enough level. I'm not gonna waste the bola. Jeez, they really want me. What the hell? Unfortunately, I have my stronger one weighted down with wood. There you go. Oh yeah. That's a good deal. That's a good deal, Pickle. Not a whole lot happening right now, just trying to survive the night. Getting all the resources together to build this raft. Give me the bump in levels I'll need. Almost to level 30. Refreshing those stacks. Now eventually I'll get to a point where I don't have to refresh nearly as much, and probably I'll start refreshing in the reverse effect, in that I need stacks that are closer to spoiling. But for right now, I'll just keep refreshing those stacks and trying to figure out how much wood I need each one of these freaking dilos to hold. $250 wood, how hard can that math be, huh? Now some people might say it's a rookie mistake to not hold on to charcoal from the get-go, but you know what? Gunpowder is least of my concerns right now. Always unlock the scissors and trank arrows. Okay. Let's see what's close by here. Split all these, get that spoiled meat. Just need to track down some more hide. That's what I'm sitting on here. Ah, I can't kill that dodo. Level 130 animate boosted. Come on, what am I, an animal? 140. Some good level dodos. Not mate boosted, even though it's a mid to high level. Yeah, as long as you can kill it with one shot, doesn't crush my soul to kill those little dodos. There's some dinos that I relish in destroying and harvesting every last piece of. I hate shithawks. The itchy birds. I'll kill those all day, every day. This is why I hate dawn. The shadows are just almost worse than nighttime. That's a little better. There we go. Oh, you got a friend over here, I see. Oh. That's no good. At least it didn't go for my cooked meat, man. Normally that's the first thing they take. Speaking of which, I should probably look nothing. What did you get that time? Uh-oh. Nice. I thought that was a raptor. Oviraptors and raptors have the same sounding footsteps. Made my heart jump for a second. But yeah, that's when you put it in your hotbar, your belt. It consumes berries way faster. So that's essentially why I don't feel it's necessary to carry food. But to each their own. This is just my specific playstyle. Okay, now I'm just missing... Technically I'm missing 2 things out of my belt that I normally carry. After I craft my parachute, I'm still in need of a crossbow and a looking glass, a spyglass. Finally got enough hide though, so I can craft this ditty. Survived my first night though. That's a plus. If I was playing this game for the first time, I would get that trophy. Hooray for me. I need to get out of this zone, man. As soon as I can. This load zone is gonna end up crashing me or just killing me or God knows what else. Okay. Yeah, I'm refreshing again, so what? You wanna fight about it? Here we go. Getting some levels. So the other thing that I work towards starting out, which is a must, an absolute must, is getting the medium crop plot and obviously a place to place it, and then rock carrot. I need to start growing rock carrots as soon as possible in case I run into a unicorn, but yeah, that's another one of my beginner checklist musts when I'm starting out. Rock carrot crop plot. Hell yeah, 4 more levels. Now I can go get that iguanodon. Yes to the magnifying glass. No to the water jar. Okay. I put this in my belt. If I had a nickel for every time a parachute got me out of a tight spot, I would have a shitload of nickels. Most underrated, underused piece of equipment, in my opinion. But now that I have a raft, I have a means to transport these little guys. Get some dinos going, tame them on the move. Not a fan of the dino convoy, so that's why I like to start with a raft. Gotta get this mortar and pestle so then I can get some trank arrows made, and then it is showtime. Okay, back to needing hide. I shouldn't have crafted all that stuff now in hindsight. Okay. This is going to be a problem. Turn it nice, slow. There you go. Alright, let's go. Everybody, Okay. Normally they should just pop up on the sides of the boat, but they're not. Alright, well, I will teach the people viewing, give them a crash course on how to sink platforms on a raft. So you're going to need the pillar and the wood fence foundation, not the wood fence support. I just need to get some stuff for the thatch foundation, and I'm probably going to get a ramp built too, since that's the reason I'm doing all of this. But yeah, this is the handiest trick for building on rafts or motorboats, is sinking your platforms to be flush with the top of the floor of the raft or the boat. I'm gonna hide this sail. It's easier to line it up center that way, because you got a nice square here. So first thing you do is you place your fence foundation piece. I'm just trying to get it straight. Fucking raft keeps floating. Why has a raft gotta float, huh? Okay. I'm not gonna check it at this point because I'm not finalizing this build. I'm just getting it built for a ramp so I can get my dinos up here. But yeah, fence foundation piece, and then once that's placed, you put your pillar, it'll snap to it, and then once that's done, you snap your foundation piece to the pillar. And that's how you do it. Okay, let's get the ramp. So ramps work better for being able to board the watercraft. I'm just gonna say raft, you know what, fuck it. Not many people make the motorboat, so. But yeah, you can do it with the stairs, but you need to put a catwalk at the bottom step to make it like foolproof. But the ramp works the best for being able to get yourself and your dinos out of the deep water when you're not butted up against land. And I mean, technically you could do it with two steps, like extended stairs, but you only get like what, 77 structures on a raft to build with, so every piece counts. Alright, let's test it out. Oh yeah. Perfect. Nailed it. Let's get that sail back on display. It's getting close. 3 more levels. 3 more levels, y'all, and I can go get that iguanodon. Sweet. I am taking a risk here by not building a bed and just using a sleeping bag for my raft now that I actually have a structure to place things on, but I still need to get the hide to make this mortar and pestle, because I don't like knocking iguanodons out with clubs, just because they take a little more and they're really easy to hit in extra time, which will mess up your taming levels, obviously. I'm actually going to test this So believe it or not, I actually do find dodos useful, as do a lot of people, I believe, because their eggs are for simple kibble, but more importantly, you can eat the eggs. That's what I do. That's what I tame them for, starting out. And obviously, like I stated earlier, they are my fertilizer storage bins, because they can hold 300 slots, and fertilizer weighs 0.1 pounds, so weight is not an issue. But yeah, back when I was unofficial, I used to give people care package dodos filled with fertilizer. And they're like, what the hell am I going to do with a dodo? I'm like, check the inventory, bro. And they're like, oh my god, so much fertilizer. I'm like, you're welcome. There we go. Did I get you an extra time? I know it doesn't really matter, but I did not. And that's how you can check. Since it doesn't show it on the actual floating screen, when you're looking at the dino, you can go into your taming screen, and even without putting taming food in it, you can see what the starting effectiveness is going to be. And again, too, this will let me know if I need to adjust my egg laying slider in the other direction, because dodos lay eggs pretty dang fast, and if I don't have any eggs laying by like the next 10-15 minutes, then I will know. What's with all these freaking high levels, yo? I don't like wasting them, so I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, got that dodo. What's a good name? There we go. Scrambled eggs. Scrambled because dodos like to try to scramble away when you start hitting them with a club. And eggs because that's what I need from it. Need to make sure that this is ignoring group whistles. And passive, so it doesn't get too big for its britches. Because funny enough, dodos will actually come to your aid and try to fight whatever's attacking you. Moss chops will run for the moon. They will hightail it out of there. It's all coming together, slowly but surely. Yeah, after I do anything, I wouldn't say that was of high importance, but I don't like having to redo things that take really any amount of time, especially since I found a high level dodo. But yeah, anytime I tame or build something, I just admin command that and save world and hope for the best, because it doesn't always work. It's not 100%, as I learned from my first clip. What a way to start, huh? I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, alright. Now it's time to flip the script and start refreshing stacks in the other direction. I'm apparently mentally challenged. Yeah. That's a brain fart. Well, at least I already got that stack of 50, so. Plus, I don't have a berry gatherer yet. I'm hoping that iguanodon is still there. Yeah, all the lightweight stuff I'll just drop into my dodo. Nice thing about mortar and pestle too, if you didn't know, is if you have blueprints that don't require a smithy or a fabricator or things like that, you can actually load resources into a mortar and pestle and craft the blueprints without being bogged down from the movement reduction by crafting in your inventory. So if you get blueprints for arrows or trank arrows or things like that, you just put them in the mortar and pestle, hit that craft button, and walk away. You can't do that in... I believe you can't do it in dinos. I know 100% you can't do it in like preserving bins or the storage boxes, but and I'm almost 100% sure you can't do it in dinos that don't have a smithy as a saddle. Now that I'm firing on all cylinders, it's time to start looking. But you know what, by the time I get back there, I'll probably be that level. And since I actually saw it, I'm just going to hope that it's still there. So I'm just going to put all my chips on taming that iguanodon that was stuck in the rock. Later in the game, the raft might seem slow, but starting out, I mean, it's far better than running, sprinting everywhere, and having to stop and regain stamina, drink water, eat food. And it goes at about the same pace as your default movement speed, so it's like constantly sprinting across the map without having to stop. I personally like utilizing the raft. What I do not like is the fact that alpha leads will fuck yo shit up without notice. Like, they give you no warning whatsoever. You get one bump and then the next one destroys it all. And I think regular leads can do it in 3 hits, but don't quote me on the regular ones because I've only ever had my raft destroyed by alphas. Now, I have read that throwing honey in the water or something like that makes the lead like not attack your raft anymore, but who's got that time? Especially when you build a raft where your rudder is enclosed. I don't see the freaking iguanodon. Oh yeah, it's still there. Just hiding really well. That's probably why the alpha hasn't found it yet. It's risky business pointing my raft so the ramp is facing the shore, but you know what? I don't have time to mess around right now because I'm not level 30 yet, but by the time I get this tamed and fight whatever wants to try to attack it, I will be level 30 and I can ride that piece, that mock. And make sure I got stuff to repair my club if it comes down to it. I always like to have multiple repairs on my clubs and stuff. Clubs and bow, whatever I'm trying to tame with. I know it's a low level, it was only like level 20 or something, but remember, plan for the worst, hope for the best. Okay, I'm gonna give this the old college try here. Let's see. There we go. Get you out of there. Nice. Nice thing about Iguanodon too is they have a tell when they're about to pass out. They'll go to all fours like that. And then you just kind of take your time. Although I don't know, what the? Oh, there we go. Nice. Go grab those arrows back. Hell yeah. And it's a female. That's perfect. So I'll get some Iguanodon eggs. Don't need to feed narcotics to Iguanodons. They'll stay knocked out the entire time. Even max levels to tame with Mijo berries. Thank God this isn't a max level. I'm not about that life. Not yet. Things are looking up though. I mean, I don't see anything around that would cause me any headaches. Nothing that wants to attack my KO'd Iguanodon. Just need to make sure I have enough Mijo berries. Gotta love the ambient noises in this game. It's just, it draws you in, man. What's Chasen's Parasaur? Ah. It's just a wee Dilo. Are you kidding me? Ay, ay. Hold that other one, huh? At least they weren't. Fuck me sideways. What's with all these freaking high levels? Okay, don't go after my. There we go. Just leave my Iguanodon alone. Damn. Now I kind of regret taming that level 15 starting out. Don't knock the Dilos now. Remember my story about killing an Alpha Raptor with a pack of Dilos led by a Didon, the hog. Didn't lose a single Dilo and melted that frickin' Alpha. Just out here protecting my tame. Let's see if I starved it well enough. There we go. Oh yeah, I got enough in there. And yeah, this isn't not a high level dino, so I'm not gonna worry about the making the folders for the stats. Mainly just paid attention to the food. Okay. So close, I can taste it. Come on, one more level. Ooh, actually, like a quarter of a level. Alright, that does it for this clip. A lot happened. Still moving forward. Got my Iguanodon. The game has changed completely. Catch you next time.